Once again, select your template. Template. All right, type UN for units and set your units to architectural. Click OK. Now, once again, I'm just going to go ahead and pan up and around this way so that my origin point is already here. I'll draw a line starting at 0, 0. L for line. There we go. 0, 0. And I'm going to come out 24 inches. Pretty close. It may not be exact, but it's going to be fairly close. Okay. I'm going to offset that line 10.5 inches. I'm going to offset it once up, and I'm going to offset another one down. And I'm going to draw a line. Let's go from the middle here. I'm going to draw it up 12 inches. And I'm going to click on this, and I'm just going to grab a hold of this line, or grab a hold of this this grip edit, and drag it down another 12 inches. Zoom out a little so I can see what's going on. And I want to make these lines just a little bit longer. I'm going to use my stretch tool, and I'm just going to select these 3 endpoints. I'm going to arbitrarily make them 4 inches longer. There's no real reason. I just want to make sure that they're long enough for what I want. I could stretch them way out, but that really wouldn't do any good. I'm now going to, just like last time, I want to make sure that I can distinguish between the lines I want to keep and the lines I want to erase. So I'm going to highlight all these objects. I'm going to come up here to Properties. I'm going to just click on this top by layer that says Object Color. Remember, select your objects first. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to make them gray. Again, this is just a visual thing. This is so that I can visually see the difference between the lines I want to keep versus the lines I want to erase. I'm going to offset 1 inch, and I want this vertical line offset 3 inches, or 3 times? Twice. There's going to be a total of 3 lines. Just like that. Now, I want to copy, CO for copy. I want to copy those 3 vertical lines. Select them. Done selecting my objects. Press return. Specify my base point. I'm just clicking here in space. Move my mouse to the right. Make sure I'm rubber banded on a 0 degree. And I'm going to type 9. For 9 inches, I'm going to copy all 3 of those lines 9 inches. I'm done with that. I'll push return. Okay. Offset one more time. I'm going to offset 1 foot 5 inches. Now we don't need to specify inches. Remember, inches are assumed. Feet we have to specify. Push return. I want this right-handmost line offset to the right. Oh, look at that. That's just like almost the exact perfect size that I needed. Okay. I want to offset. My offset, set it back to 1 inch. The top line I want to offset down 1 inch. And the bottommost line I want to offset up 1 inch. Alright. I'm done with that. I'll push return. I want to start the offset command again. Some of you may remember. Autodesk remembers, or AutoCAD remembers the last command that you used. So if you push return after completing a command, it will start that exact same command again. I want to change my offset distance from 1 inch to 3.5 inches. I want this line second from the bottom. I'm going to offset that once up, and that resulting line I want it up another time. So I'll have a total of 2 brand new lines. Same with the top one. This line second from the top, the horizontal line here. Select on that. I want to offset it downwards once. Take that new line and I want to offset it downwards again. Now remember, when making the offset, I'm going to undo this last one just so you can see what's going on. Offset distance of 3.5. When I'm selecting the object, it doesn't matter which object I select. And when I select what size I want to copy it to, I do not have to have my mouse 3.5 inches away. My mouse can be way over here. At this point, the distance has already been established. All I'm doing is changing what that distance is. So left click to select my objects, and there we go. 3.5, 3.5, just like that. Okay, this is where things get a little fun. PL for polyline. Now I'm going to draw this in, and you guys are just going to have to keep up rather than try to describe this. I'm going to zoom in a little so I can see what I'm doing. If it will let me. There we go. There. Pan while I go. There. And go across that middlemost line. There. I'm not entirely on that. If you miss a spot, like I've got it missed right here, I'm supposed to be nice and clean on that intersection, and I'm not. I'm still in the middle of my polyline command. To undo that last segment, I can just type U at the command line, and it will undo the last segment of a polyline, but still keep me in that polyline. It's like using the pen tool in Illustrator and using the backspace key to delete one segment of it. I think that's how the command works. I use a different program, so I'm doing this based on assumption. Click on that intersection. And an intersection. Intersection. There we go. And when I actually want to close this, I type CL to close it, and I have a closed polyline. You can kind of see what shape I'm making with this. You can see the shape. You don't know what we're using it for just yet. So that's the shape that we're making. I'll give you. At this point, you can pause it to make sure you draw the shape correctly. I'm going to draw another ellipse, and like the last one, it's going to be axis and end. So I'm establishing both points on my axis. The first one is going to be right here. The second one is going to be here. Midpoint there. And then this new length is 7 inches. All right, and we want to delete all the lines that we just drew. And you can see that I have my ellipse selected as well. If I want to remove that ellipse, I'll hold my shift key down and then click on the ellipse. I'm now no longer selected the ellipse. Come back over here and grab these top elements like that. Left click. Those are the elements I want to delete. Type E at the command prompt, push return, or hit delete on your keyboard. If you're on a Mac and using this in either Boot Camp or Parallels, you might need to hit function delete in order for that to work. Alright, so there we go. We have one toilet created. Control S to save. Toilet. Push return. There we go. On to the next one.